Good morning from Yummy B TV. Wishing you all well, of course, right? So I had to share this moment, and we are talking about have a go heroes. Where have they gone? Also, in the same theme, people that are just doing their jobs, right? So I'm on the other side of the road, deep into the countryside, like I am at the moment, right? And the local co-op have a general burly security looking guy, oldish. He could be, you could think that he might have been in the armed forces once, or even been a prison officer or police officer. A very fitting man, right? I talk to him quite regularly. Now, I'm on the other side of the road. I wish I would have filmed this, mate. I see him come out of the doorway of co-op, and he's quite big, must about 6'4", right? But he's looking left and right, and then he looks further down the road. So you're talking 200 yards further down the road. Comes to my attention that there's two young boys with toys, rubber toys, and plastic things with chocolates and amongst other things. I couldn't see it all, but they were both running down the road, right, with them in their hands. I'm not good at guessing ages, right? You lot would understand why. I would believe that one of them's about 8 and one of them's about 5, right? So they're looking back. The whole road's watching, right? They're looking back, and then they start screaming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. So the general security man looks, springs into action. I was surprised. It was a great running performance because I was thinking they've got a good head start, right? But you know the old trick that I realised when we was younger, some of us when we was involved in skullduggery, when you're getting chased by the police, they always shout, "Hey, come back here!" But I always believe now, when you're wrong, it slows you down a little bit. You know, I think it's a tactic used by the police. Anyway, the security guard starts running. I'm thinking he's got a lot of ground to make up here. But they're screaming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. But it looks like he's going faster and they're getting slower. So they didn't really move much, right, before he got to them. So everybody's watching. I kind of knew straight away that it was a shoplifting thing. It's his job. Someone will say to him, look, these kids have just nicked things, and you'll come out the shop, they legged it out the door and all that. He gets there, and he's taken the goods back, yeah, which is rightly so. And the bigger one still resisting with a couple of items. So he nudges him a little bit, right? The little one turns around and kicks him, right? I was laughing, right? But the general just thought, good, I got the goods and all that now. So, no, have a go heroes. All of you in the streets, I know they're only kids, but you've got to stop. You've got to stop them. I know in London it's very dangerous to be a have-a-go hero these days. You could end up getting knifed to death. When you're in the countryside and it's a close, confined community where everybody knows each other, I think the British values are more in the countryside still. That you look after your own. We want, public protection and all that, right? So I heard a couple of noises. Them saying, yeah, but he shouldn't have pushed it. It's trying to get the goods back. In the old days, when you get caught doing stuff, even if because you can't go to court for it, remember, so you're not going to get no punishment for it. They take you round the back. It happened to me when I was little. I nicked a walnut cream out of Woolworth when I was in the children's home. This man chased me for about 3 miles, and I got caught hiding behind a bin. Clipped round the ear, brought back there. He said, no, it's not so much about the stealing of the walnut, the error of your ways. It could be an early start to your criminal career. It might lead to you being a burglar, an armed robber, a killer, or whatever. You might get entrenched in crime. But I know it sounds silly, but it's true. You nip it in the bud. He's not doing it just for the goods, the general. I know him good, and he's a fair man. He knows that you ain't going to get no punishment, but he wants you to understand also that it's not a good way to do things, that you're not allowed to steal, because he's got old values, right? So, and they said, oh, you shouldn't have pushed. So I went over. I said, listen, no. The general's just doing his job, right? So he walks back. I'll go back into the shop and I have a couple of jokes of him and that. He's laughing. He goes, yeah, but they're saying, I said, never, General, because it's going to play on his mind because he's just doing what he's told to do and what he works. And plus, the error of your ways. It was a really funny encounter. But where have all the have a go heroes gone now? I mean, we were real renowned. I got apprehended during my criminal career by have a go heroes. People that are looking out for other people, that they see you in the in the throes of committing a crime, and your normal law-abiding citizens don't really agree with that kind of behaviour. But no, I was surprised a little bit because, kids or not, you could see clearly what's happening. He had a lot of ground to make up. You could have still stopped the kids rather than it be the security man, because they know that they nicked it basically under his nose, so they know that he's the enemy, so to speak. You could have just made it a little bit more easier for him. I'm not in London. Probably it would be a different thing these days. It's very, very dangerous to get involved because the way things have changed from way back in the day. But way back in the day, have a go heroes played a part in catching a lot of criminals, right? But no, London's finished. But in the countryside, the close community and things, and that's what I'm trying to say, I realise now it is a bit better. So have a good day. I'll be up in a minute. I'm just going to pop out and I'll be back up with some more content. What do we feel about have a go heroes?